Hello, I'm here to talk about my mother, Robyn Tsuji, and some of her medical history just within the last year or so. Got a few little video clips that I'm going to show and hopefully maybe a couple of pictures. But my mom was born on November 20th of 1939. Today is October 23rd, 2022. She's coming up pretty soon on her 83rd birthday. And I'm going to talk a little bit about her medical history. When she was probably about 75 years old, maybe 76, she was diagnosed with late onset of dementia and Alzheimer's. She had a slow decline over the next 5 years. She began to lose words. She forgot to eat. She can't cook. She would put up signs and post-it notes all over everywhere to help her remember simple things like turn off the stove or turn off the light or, just different things like that. Well, for her 80th birthday, there were several of us that flew over to Hawaii in 2019 to surprise her for her birthday, and boy was she surprised. And she was doing okay. She was kind of forgetting some things, some short-term memory things. She wasn't able to paint. She was doing a lot of coloring in adult color books and things like that at that point. And very pleasant. She very much enjoyed having all of her family there to celebrate her birthday, and we went out to eat and things like that. It was very fun. Within the next couple of years, she began to decline pretty quickly. In August of 2021, we noticed a pretty rapid decline in her mental capacities. Her behavior became a little more erratic, and she needed extra care. So when they went back over to Hawaii in August of 2021, Jean and my mom, Jean worked really tirelessly day and night to care for my mother. And they went around her 82nd birthday, so this would have been November of 2021. She really took a quick decline in mental capacities again, and she fell a couple times, and it came to the point where Jean decided that he was no longer able to care for her on a full-time basis, and that was a really difficult decision. He decided to put her in a memory care facility. So he looked all over Kona and really couldn't find anything suitable. So he decided to put her in a memory facility in Olympia called Garden Courte. And we admitted her. I flew her back over from Hawaii over to Olympia. We admitted her February 9th of 2022 to Garden Courte. So following are some clips about the past few months. So we're at Grandma Robyn's at Garden Courte where she lives, and this is the front door that we walk through all of these beautiful flowers here, and we go into the front door where it says welcome. We're greeted by the people in there, and then we get a badge and we go back. Okay, so we're in the courtyard here, and we're in the garden courtyard right in between, so that residents can come and enjoy all these little gardens and walkways and things like that. We're gonna come right around and see some pretty flowers. There's some more flowers. We can go in any of these doors or out of any of these doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do rush them though.
Yeah, they do.
They have to know the road.
Okay. We're going somewhere else right now. So that was a couple of clips of what Garden Courte looks like. So all of the rooms are kind of in this circular thing around the garden area, and she walks and walks and walks around and round in those halls, and she can just keep walking and walking and walking. And so that's what she has been doing, along with doing a few other little activities that the other residents are doing. And she also, they have 3 meals a day and then snacks in between, and she's been taking some Ensure and things like that. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about what she's taking for her dementia, some of her meds. Okay, so my mother is, as far as her medicine, this is what she is taking. We call it Seroquel. She takes 3 tablets in the morning and 1 at nighttime, and they're 25 milligram tablets. That is mainly for behavior. Then she takes her thyroid pill, 1 per day, and she takes a couple of antidepressants. 15 milligram of mirtazapine and trazodone, maybe 50 milligrams at night for helping her to sleep. And then she has lost a lot of weight. So she weighed 159 pounds when she went in to Garden Courte on February 9th of 2022. And as of last week, October of 2022, she is 94 pounds. So the doctor suggested that we give her some CBD gummies to help her appetite. So I found some online, and we're hoping that that will work. She is eating a little more. It's just that she's walking so much round and around and around in the halls that we think that she's kind of burning that off. And so we're hoping that she will be able to eat and metabolize something maybe a little bit slower, so she does not continue to lose the weight that she has been. So doctor was fairly concerned about that, and of course I've been watching her just get thinner and thinner. It looks like she's frail and things like that over the last few months. So it's been a concern. Another thing that has happened is that she has fallen a couple of times, and the pictures are pretty alarming because she fell on her face, and so her face was bruised up for a number of weeks. And before she fell for the first time, her the speech part of her brain began to really decline. So she could talk and make sounds, but she was not saying very many English words. It seemed like she was just talking in a different language. And but she did have quite a bit to say. And she does each time I come to visit her. She has quite a few things to say. We just can't understand what she's saying. And so, but right after she fell, within just a few days, she actually became quite coherent. It was like the speech part of her brain was shaken, maybe, when she fell down at Garden Courte. And she was taken to ER, and they decided not to do anything. She was becoming quite irritable, and really just needed to get back home to Garden Courte, where she was a little more familiar with that. So when she fell the second time, we did not take her into urgent care. I mean, we didn't take her into the hospital. There was one time when I took her into urgent care, and that didn't go so well. So after that, they're just trying to, kind of the nurse at the Garden Courte's trying to just keep her, kind of comfortable. But she's still up walking around. So that is what we're doing. After my mother fell, of course, this is not a very good, looking picture because of the bruise on her face. But this is where I was talking about her being able to really be able to speak and recognize who I was. And she's actually calling a nurse over or a caregiver over to introduce me to them. So, but that was, pretty, the clarity of speech and things like that we're seeing here.
Yes, this is my daughter here. So get here.
Yeah.
Robyn, enjoy yourself.
That's good that you remembered me.
Yes, that was good.
That was good. Yeah. And you're wearing a beautiful pink sweater.
I didn't.
It's a nice day today, isn't it?
Yes.
It's sunshiny outside.
That's right. I don't know where it was from. It's to rent for.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
See how you do.
Yeah?
Oh, that is me.
That's you.
That's me.
Yes. And who's that?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
Is that me?
That's mine.
Yeah. You recognize me. I have to keep my mask on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But you don't need to wear a mask.
No, they will. The guy was a guy that sailed in. They told this to me to play lesson about Gallipoli. So that it's never. I don't know what there is about the weather. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes
And
that is all
and
we
he
can say.
does say, "Is this a jab?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be good. They'd like to watch it again, and maybe you're not.
Let's try Google Mount Rainier.
Oh, you know Mount Rainier?
Here, been to Mount
No.
Rainier.
Oh.
I know, I've seen it in the distance before.
Do you want to?
It has that kind of three point peak at the top, right? Susan has her 3 fingers. It kind of has those 3.
Yeah, they're talking about Mount Rainier.
Yeah.
We're gonna get ready. We're gonna make some
Yeah,
stepping
ma'am,
stones for our garden.
On that.
Yeah.
Stepping stones with little gems.
Oh, they're right.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
Out there in the garden. Yeah, you're right. That's what they're talking about, the stepping stones out in the garden.
Yeah. So it may be.
I need to go to the bathroom. Okay.
I was also talking about what we'd be going to make sure that auras are there, and and they do agree that she. Jelly said she did what she did. Who? Oh, that's a different bummer. Oh. Yeah.
Okay. You want to say goodbye? I know that was a little hard to hear, but she was recognizing me and wanting to introduce me to the staff. She understood what was going on with the lady talking about Mount Rainier, and some of it was babbling, but it was like we can understand maybe 75% of her words. Normally we can only understand about 10% of her words, and so those are some of the clips that I'm going to be showing here next.
Is full.
Are you reading?
A little bit.
Yes.
So,
It's the emergency department.
yeah.
Yep. Okay, you ready to smile?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a nice smile.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And mine was too when I was in there.
Yeah, it was. Yep. This next video is a time that they were doing an activity outside, and it had to do with water balloons, and it's kind of a funny little clip. I don't know if we can hear too much, but you can see that she's trying to do something, and that the activity director was also trying to get mom or grandma to do this.
Oh, I missed it. Want to try Mary or Barbara? Want to throw some darts?
Oh, please, my stomach is getting red.
Listen.
Please help me. Oh, help my foot is,
Can you put the...
oh, I'm having all kinds of darts. Ow, ow. Oh, the baby, ow.
Oh, she's gonna pick up a water balloon. Oh, it popped. It popped in your hand, Mom. That's funny.
My belly hurts so
That's
bad.
funny. You gonna find another one?
Stand up.
Uh-huh. Yep, think she's done. So there was somebody talking in the background, and you hear that a lot when you're at this place. It's kind of funny just to listen to some of the conversations that other residents have there. But this next little video is kind of a typical day. Her bruise is looking a little bit better. Again, this is a couple weeks, in maybe a month and a half later, 6 weeks after her fall. And she's pretty quiet on this one. Didn't say too much, but William is saying something because we sometimes go together, especially on Saturdays, to go visit her. You gonna say hi, Mom?
Say cheese. Say cheese, Robyn. Say cheese.
Maybe ice cream bar.
Say ice cream bar. Ice cream bar.
Mm-hmm. Do you
That
like
sound
ice
good?
cream?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, you doing good today? Oh, you're kind of quiet today, huh? Lots of things going on. You had lots of friends outside the door. They even wanted to come in, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. This is a nice picture of her and this other lady's name is Lisa. And they would just walk round and round these halls. You can see that they're part way into the dining room right here. And they just walk around and around together. And Lisa, I met Lisa's daughter the other day, so that was fun to talk to her. And and that type of thing. So they do all kinds of fun things together, Lisa and my mom. And she also has some other friends. Marilyn is a friend. Jewel she's been talking with, although we have to be careful of Jewel because Jewel sometimes has a potty mouth, and so sometimes she's not very nice. So the caregivers tell me that when Mom is with Jewel, they watch her very closely. Somebody is kind of, walking along beside her, behind them, and making sure that Jewel's going to be okay. But she seems to be fine usually every time I get there. This is part of the activity room that they do many different things in. The lady in that kind of grayish sweater standing up next to Mom in the pink is Marilyn. And again, her and Marilyn walk all over. There are many people in wheelchairs and things like that. So sometimes Mom will love to push them around in their wheelchair, but the caregivers don't like that. They want them to make sure that they just kind of scoot along on their own. So it's kind of funny. This is one of the activities that they have. They're folding their laundry. That's what they call it. Can you help fold this laundry? And their little washcloths or fleece cloths that they fold, and it makes them feel like, I guess, they're productive and doing something and doing some chores. Anyway, they enjoy doing that. I know Mom enjoys doing that. So here is where they're doing another activity. It looks like she's out in the hall in one of the benches, but the activity director will throw her a balloon like this, and then they play this balloon volleyball. And I believe they do that frequently in the mornings to just to get some exercise and do some activities together. Here's a picture of the residents sitting in the activity room, and I believe that they're watching a movie. So here's another one of her friends that she's talking to. And I don't know if you've noticed, but through these pictures, she's looking a little thinner and a little thinner. So this is kind of a funny little picture. It was just taken on October 5th, so not too awfully long ago, a couple weeks ago. And they gave, at the nursing station, they gave Mom a little, they called it a lollipop. It was actually a little dum-dum. As you can see, it was on a stick. Well, she ate that little dum-dum, and she had the stick left. Well, then it was snack time, and they had these little cubes of cheese and something to drink. And so I was trying to offer Mom some cheese. We're trying to get her to eat so that she'll maybe gain some weight or at least stop losing. And so she decided to put the cheese on the empty stick. That's what she's doing here. She put the cheese on the empty stick and she ate it. And so that's what she's doing. I put another little piece of cheese on the stick and she ate that. She ended up eating all of her snack by putting it on the stick. So anyway, that's kind of a funny little story that I like to share. This next little video clip was taken just about a week ago. I don't really like her haircut. I don't know what's going on with that. But she was kind of melancholy that day, but she gave a big smile at the end of this, so.
Ew, picture. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I should keep it out of that.
Yeah, I can hold it if you like. Here we go.
It looked like she was going good the first time. It was so just wait until she's wait. Well, if there's other work sites,
Yeah.
you can do it.
There you are. You know what day it is? It's October 15th. It's already October.
Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. You're a perfect fan to be here forever.
Yeah.
That's really much better.
Yeah. It's nice to come see you.
Yeah.
This is a recent picture that I've taken. As you can see, she looks really thin. She's cold, so she has her big thick coat on. But this is part of her room. She's sitting on her bed. She has a window with some trees that she can see out the window. They don't let her in her room very much during the day. They are all outside in the hallways and activity room and different things like that, walking around, and I guess making the caregivers make sure that they're doing okay, and that sort of thing. She does have a bathroom in her room, and that's nice. And then a closet and some chairs and a little table and kind of a recliner chair, things like that. So when we go to visit, we have that option to go into her room. We just need to find a caregiver to let us into her room, and then we can visit really as long as we want, because we're not mixing with other people. So that's a possibility. When you come to visit, you can go into a room, and then you can visit a little longer than the actual 1 hour visit time that they like. They do gather for lunch, I think around 11:45, and then the next visiting hour would be 1:15. So they have a visiting hour between 9:15 and 10:15, then 10:30 to 11:30, then they go for lunch. Then they open the visiting hour back up at 1:15 and 2:30 and 3:45, and then they go to dinner. So those are the times that you can schedule to go in. You just call them ahead of time and schedule to go visit her. I'm going to go back in time just a little bit to finish up on a nice note. This picture was taken on September 24th of 2021, and we're at one of Mom's favorite beaches. I call it the Turtle Beach, but it's where we go down and see the turtles frequently. And so I just thought I would show kind of a happy picture so that we can kind of think about how she looks, how she did, and just how happy she really was for, her life and the things that she did many things in a book club for many years with some lady friends, and was in the garden club, and she helped Jean in the bonsai club, and lots of other things that she did in her retirement. Of course, she lived in Hawaii for probably 10 years off and on, going back and forth across the ocean to Washington, and then back to Hawaii and back to Washington, and she really enjoyed that. Of course, she really enjoyed the warmth and the heat, so anything that would be good to get her would probably be some long sleeve shirts, maybe some warm socks, maybe even a warm hat. I'm not sure if she'd wear one. She likes to wear hats though. And we might be looking at getting her a coat that fits her, and a warm coat, that she can kind of wear around. Any kind of sweater that would button up is nice too. The zippers don't seem to work very well. I don't know why she keeps losing the little zipper part of the zipper, but it doesn't close anymore. So button up sweaters would be very nice. Something warm. things like that. So those are some ideas. She does get cards at Garden Courte, so she reads and keeps all of her cards and looks at them over and over. We also have a couple of picture books that we look at every time I come. Well, not every time, but many times when I come. And they have pictures of all of our families. So I point out our family and name our family and the members and her friends. There's some with her friends in there too. So we talk about that and try to just remind her of some of those kinds of things as well. So, well, thank you for listening to kind of my mother's legacy, or at least her medical legacy.